Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. I'm joined by Wayne.
Hello.
This is a second mission in our narrative campaign, the Tainting of Odessos. This mission is called Clash of the Line. Essentially, the Space Marines from the Emerald Aces are trying to push back the forces of Nurgle, led by Maulgrin Glutwort. So we'll show you the armies and then we'll show you the deployment. Okay, so this is the Emerald Aces force, and Wayne's going to talk us through the army.
Yeah, so this is Chapter Master Kilmister with the Shield Eternal, Thunderhammer and Artificer armor on bike. This is his command squad with 2 plasma guns and a apothecary. The Doredio Dreadnought with the missile launcher. And then we have 3 bike squads, all equipped the same, with 2 grav guns, a combi grav and an attack bike with multi-motor. We then have a Devastator squad with 4 missile launchers, a tactical squad with a missile launcher and a grav gun, some grav centurions, 5 grenadiers from the Death Korps of Krieg, and a normal Leman Russ with, that's actually a heavy bowler.
And this is the Chaos Force, led by Maulgrin Glutwort. He's right here. He's a level 2 sorcerer with the Sigil of Corruption. I then have 3 squads of Plague Marines. They're all 7-man squads with a champion. This squad has 2 plasma guns. This squad has 2 melter guns, and I'm using the icon bearer to represent champion. And then this squad has 2 flamers. And these 2 squads both have rhinos with no upgrades. We have 5 Nurgle bikers with a power fist and 2 melter guns. We also have 3 Black Legion Terminators with a combi plasma, 2 power axes and a power fist. There's 5 Raptors with 2 plasma guns, a power axe and combi plasma. Then there's a Vindicator. And we also have a Mauler Fiend, a Defiler with twin-linked autocannons, and also a Helldrake with Bale Flamer. And then we have a Blight Drone of Nurgle. That's 2,000 points on either side, and I'll now show you a deployment. So this is a deployment. So essentially, the battle has been raging on previously, with these guardsmen and their Leman Russ, the only survivors from the attack from the Chaos Forces. The Emerald Aces have now came to their rescue, with Kilmister waiting to join the battle. If you imagine a bigger battle going on, and this is like the main fight in the middle. So as you can see, over here, you have all the bikes just lined up, ready to take on the Chaos Forces. And on this side, the Chaos Forces are advancing. So the battlefield is full of craters and wreckage. So not a great deal of terrain to hide behind. So it should be an interesting battle. Chaos won the role to go first. So we'll now go into turn 1. So Space Marines are going to attempt to seize the initiative, which they don't. So Chaos Space Marine, turn 1. Okay, so before I recap the movement phase, I should let you know what we're actually playing for. So we're essentially just playing the Emperor's Will mission. So each army have 1 objective in their deployment zone, each worth 3 victory points. So at the end of the Chaos movement, I've just essentially moved everything forward, apart from the Defiler and this Plague Marine squad who are camped on the objective. So now we'll go into the shooting phase. So to start with, I've just popped the smoke launchers on both of the Plague Marine rhinos. So this Raptor squad are just in range of these Centurions, so I'm going to fire the 2 plasma guns at them. Both hit and both wound. So one of them dies. So these bikes over here are going to fire at this bike squad over here with 3 of their twin link bolt guns. So that's 3 hits. Although I need 5s to wound. So just a 1 wound.
3 up save.
So the Vindicator's going to fire his Demolisher Cannon at this bike squad over here. And that's a direct hit. So it hits 4 of them. So 2 passes. Okay, so one of them dies, and this next one will get a cover save from the trees.
5 up cover. Nope. So he dies, and 1 other.
That's 4 I hit in total.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So the Defiler is also going to fire. He's going to fire his battle cannon at this squad over here. And that's also a direct hit, hitting all 5 of them. So. Oh, but it only wounds 2 of them. And they will get a cover save from the trees.
So 5 up cover.
So just 2 of them die. So that was a bit unlucky wound rolling. So he's going to snap fire his twin linked Reaper autocannon at the same squad. That's twin linked. And no. Okay, so Space Marines leadership tests.
Yep, so leadership 8, they're fine. Leadership 8 on the attack bike, he's fine. And on the Centurions, they're fine.
Okay, so now into Space Marine and Guard, turn 1. So the Space Marines have decided to counterattack Chaos Forces with these bikes moving forward over here. Centurions are also on the prowl, and this bike squad's advanced forward as well, or command squad I should say. So that's all the movement for Space Marines, so we'll go into the shooting phase.
Okay, so the Devastators are going to shoot at this Rhino. So the green one's with the signal, so hit on 3s and the green one hits on 2s. So 3 hits. Strength 8, so glancing on 3s. And that's 2 pens.
Okay, so smoke launcher saves. So 1 saved.
And the pen result is a 1, so let's just shake them. Okay, so this multi-mallet into the Rhino. So hit on 3s. And he hits, and 2d6 to pen, so anything above 3, that's a pen.
And smoke launchers, nope.
And the result is a 1 again.
Okay, so that'll be taken up to 3, which is still the same result, so he's now down to 1 whole point.
So this missile launcher into the Rhino, hit on 3, and he misses. Okay, so Centurions are going to shoot the Vindicator. Hitting on 3s.
Oh, that's a lot of hits.
And 6s to immobilise into a whole point. 2 6s.
So 2 6s.
And I get to re-roll because of grab amps. And another 6.
So it's dead. So that poor Vindicator is wrecked, but he took some bugs with him.
So this grav gun's going to shoot the Mauler Fiend. So he hits on 3s. So 3 hits. And 6s to immobilise it. Nope. Phew. Okay, so these guys are going to shoot the Raptors. So the plasma guns first. So the first one misses and the second one gets hot. So 3 up save. He's fine. And then the twin linked bolters hit on 3s. Twin linked. And wounding on 4s. So just 1.
No, 3 plus save, that's fine.
So the Dreadnought with his autocannons are going to shoot at the Defiler. So he hits on 2s, twin linked, so he hits. And he glances on 4s, and he gets a re-roll thanks to the Sunder rule. And re-roll, so 2 pens, 3 pens.
3 pens, okay, so Defiler's demon save. So only 1 goes through.
And its result is a 3. So snapshots.
So roll for demonic possession, and it's a 5. So he ignores the result, but he still loses a whole point.
So he gets to fire his missile launchers at a different target. So he's going to fire them at the bikes. So he hits on 2s.
Oh.
So that squad's going to fire their grav guns at the bikers. Do you want a drink?
Yes, we had better drink, really.
So hitting on 3s. All hit.
Thank God we did.
Wounding on 3s.
So that's 5. So Jinx saves. So 2 die.
And then the multi-melter at them. So hitting on 3s. Hits. Wounds on 2.
And Jinx save is passed.
And then the attack bike's bolter as well. So he hits on 3 and wounds on a 6. Nope. Right, so the Lehman Russ is going to fire its battle cannon here. And it goes that way, nothing, because I'm with skill free. So that's all 5.
Hit.
So killing on 2s, and they're all dead.
Oh, my poor raptors. So bikes have to take a leadership test. And I think that's fine. And the crew in this rhino need to roll leadership test to see if they're shaken. And they're also fine, just. Okay, so start of Chaos Space Marine turn 2, I have to roll for reserves. So starting with Terminators, they're in. The Blight Drone is in. And the Helldrake is also in. So I shall bring in my reserves and do my movement. So Terminators deep striking. When I go that way 9 inches, which could take them right to the edge of the board. Not exactly where I wanted them, but that will do. Okay, so the Helldrakes just came in, and the Radio Dreadnought gets to intercept him with his interceptor roll.
So the autocannons hit on 2s, twin linked, and strength 8. So he's armor 12, isn't he?
Yep, so that's...
So I will re-roll them thanks to Sunder, which were exactly the same.
So that's 2 Pendrain hits, and I get my Demon save, so 1 goes through.
And the result is a 5, which is weapon destroyed.
So, that's not good.
That's the best result I could get.
So at the end of the Chaos movement, as we've just seen, the Terminators and the Helldrake, who's now useless, pretty much, have came in, and the Blight Drone has also joined them. The bikes have moved forward. The occupants of this Rhino have disembarked, as well as the occupants of this, including that Sorcerer. And as you can see in the distance, the Mauler Fiend has moved up towards this squad. And back here, the Defilers also moved forward slightly. So now we're going to go into the Psychic phase. Psychic phase, warp charge of 4, so in total I get 6. I'm going to do the Plague Wind Psychic Power onto this bike squad here. I'm going to chuck all 6 dice at it. It's warp charge 2, so it goes off with 2.
9. Nope.
So, Scatter, that's a direct hit.
So that was all 5.
So, 4 plus, so that's 3, and they get their Feel No Pain.
So, feel no pain.
So, just 2 bikers die.
I'll take
Yeah, just them 2.
They're all about the same distance.
Okay, so shooting phase, I'll start with this Combi Plasma Gun, just since it's a single attack bike from this Terminator. So, just a 1 hit, and 2s, so it takes a wound. And then I'll fire the 2 Combi Bolters as well. Right. So 4 shots from the Combi Bolters. And then wounds on 5s. So 2 wounds.
3 up save. Oh, he's dead.
So 2 Flamers from this squad onto these bikes here. They hit with 6 hits, so they wound on 5s. So just the 1.
3 up save. Saved.
Okay, so this squad's going to fire their bolt guns at the bikes as well. And then wounding again on 5s. So that's just 3.
3 up saves. Saved.
And a save. So, them grab guns are still alive, so I'm scared. However, I do have a comic bottle on top of a rhino, which can snap fire. So it does get 1 hit and a 5. So the Defiler is going to fire his battle cannon at this Devastator squad. So it goes that way 4 inches. And that just misses. So he's now going to snap fire his Reaper autocannon. So 1 hit. And 2. And he rolls a 1 to wound. Typical. So this squad will fire their 2 melter guns at these bikes. That's just scatter dice, that's no good. So 1 hits. And wounds on a 2. So they get their feel no pain. And they fail. So the Apothecary dies. 10 bolt gunshots from this squad. Hitting on 3s. It's not very good. And then wounded on 5s. That's a little better, so it's 2.
3 up saves.
And they're fine. The Sorcerer's going to fire his bolt pistol. Hits. But doesn't wound. So the Rhino will also fire into this squad. And 5s to wound. So 1 wound.
3 up. Nope.
Of course. Always the way with these little Rhino weapons. So melter gun from this bike squad at the Centurions. Hits. And wounds. So it takes a wound. And then we have 4 shots from the bolters. And 5s. So just 1.
2 up.
So the Blight Drone's going to fire its Maul cannon on this squad. And oh, that's that way 8 inches, so I think that's going to miss. As it's only BS2. That could maybe clip that bike.
It does.
Okay, so a 2 up, and that bike is dead. So he's also going to fire his Reaper autocannon into that squad, and he doesn't hit. The Mauler Fiend's going to attempt to charge this squad here.
So Overwatch, I'm going to lob a crack grenade at him, which misses, and then the grab gun misses.
Okay, so for charge distance, I get 6, and he's in. Rah.
Okay, so we're all going to pile in, and then use crack grenades on the Mauler Fiend. So we hit on 3s, and glance on 6s. 1 glance.
So 1 glance. And he gets his 5 up demon save, which has failed. So he gets 4 attacks back with his power fists, hitting on 3s. So 2 hits. And then 2s to kill. So 2 Marines go down.
Okay, so I lost by 1, so leadership 8, and I passed.
The rule we have in this mission is that if Chaos Warlord reveals himself, then Kilmister automatically passes his reserve roll to come into the battlefield, and he's outflanking, so we'll now do the outflank roll. So that's a 4, so that's that table edge over there. Okay, so at the end of Space Marine's movement, these bikes have just moved back over here, whilst the Centurions have marched forward. The Guardsmen, they want a piece of the action, so they've now come forward, and these Space Marines have conga lined over here, so the missile launcher can stay stationary. And then over here, Chapter Master Kilmister and his bike squad have come in, ready to grab this poor Defiler. So now we'll go into the shooting phase.
Okay, so it's going to fire its missile launcher at the bikes. Do you want to jink?
Yeah, I think we had better.
So, hitting on 2s, will hit. And wounding on
That will be
4s.
4s, yeah. But they all wound. So, 4 up jinx. So, 1 dies. And that is for champion.
So these bikers are going to shoot at the Terminators. So hitting on 3s with their grav guns. And killing them on 2s. Oh no, wait, they will get in.
They will get in one.
So 4.
So 4. 5 plus in 1. And no, they are tanked.
So Devastators at the Bikers. So, wait a minute. So the 3 hitting on 3s, and then the 1 hitting on 2s. Nope. And they wound on 2s.
So just a 1. And Jink is saved.
So these guys are going to shoot the Bikers. So they hit on 3s and wound on 6s with AP3. Nope. This squad at the Bikers. So the bolt guns hitting on 3s. Nope. And the missile launcher hitting on 3s. No.
Wow. So the bike squad are really riding their luck. Everything's just missing them.
Okay, so the Grav Centurions are going to shoot this squad with the Warlord in. So we hit on 3s. So 3s to wound, rerolling. And reroll.
So 3. So first 5 up cover. And then a 5 up feel no pain. So 1 dies. That will be the champion.
Okay, and the Hurricane Bolt is out. So hitting on 3s, twin moat. And wounding on 5s for 2.
And 3 plus save. That's a scout dice. Why do I keep picking that up? And they're fine.
Okay, so the Lehman Russ is going to battle cannon here.
Right on top of the sorcerer.
Yep. So roll scatter. That way 5 inches.
So that just clips 2 of them.
So 2s with just cover and feel no pain.
Cover and feel no pain. So cover, nope, and feel no pain. So another one bites the dust, and that's a melter.
And snaps you in the heavy bolter. 1 hit. And 4's to wound. 1 wound.
And 3 plus, it's fine.
Okay, so these guys into the side of the Defiler, hitting on 3s with the grab weaponry. And 6s to immobilize. 1 6.
So 1. So he gets his demon save, which has failed. So he takes another wound and is now immobilized.
So I'm going to lob a crack grenade. Hits and glances on a 6. Nope. And multi-melter hits on 3s and misses.
Leadership check on the bikes, and they're fine.
So this assault phase. So 3 crack grenades hitting on 3s and glancing on 6s. Nope.
So 3 attacks back, hitting on 4s, so that's 2, and then 2 pluses to kill, so another 2 go down.
So leadership 6 failed. So now we do the initiative check. So we stay in combat.
So this is how the battlefield looks at the end of turn 2. So it's all pretty even. I really expected more chaos deaths in that turn, but we're still hanging in there just about. Of course we still have next to useless Helldrake, and the Mauler Fiend's still tied up in combat. But we have the Sorcerer and his squad of Marines, and we still have a couple of bikes and some other Plague Marines. And then of course not forgetting on the backfield this squad over here. So now we'll go into Chaos Space Marine, turn 3. Okay, so at the end of the Chaos movement phase, the Blight drones moved over here to try and kill these, whilst these Plague Marines and their Rhino have moved forward, as have the bikes, this Rhino and this Plague Marine squad over here. So, the Helldrake has chosen to Vector Strike this squad, as that's pretty much all he can do now. So, the Helldrake Vector Strike on this squad, strength 7, so 1 Space Marine dies. So now we'll go into the psychic phase, sorry. So, roll for Warp Charge, and that's 3, so I have 5. Okay, so we're going to attempt to summon some Plague Marines. I only have 5 dice, but you never know. So it doesn't go off.
And peril.
And of course that was a peril because of a double, and that's a 4.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 melter gun shot from the bikes into them bikes. Hits and kills on a 2. What did you wish to jink or not?
No.
So he does go down. And then 2 shots from the other one's bolt gun, which doesn't wound. So this squad are going to fire at them bikes also. 2 flamer hits, wounding on 5s, that's a cocked, so nope. And then 10 bolt gun shots into the bikes, hitting on 3s. That's pretty poor, only 4 of them. And wounding on 5s, so no, none. So the 2 riders are also firing into this bike squad, hitting on 3s twin linked. And again, wounding on 5s. So this time they cause 3 wounds.
3 up saves. And I'll take a wound on the bike.
The bike drone's gonna fire his blast on here. And it goes that way. 5, yeah, so that just misses. And then he'll fire his Reaper autocannon, which also misses. So this squad are gonna shoot at these Marines, starting with a melt gun. Doesn't hit. And then 5 bolt pistol shots, which all hit. And wound on 4s. So just a 1.
3 up save.
So it's fine. So the fighter's also going to pie plate this squad, and hopefully he'll have a bit of better luck than the blight drone. So it's that way, but just 2 inches. So that'll still clip 3 of them. That's 2s. So that's all 3. So he's also going to snap fire his Reaper autocannon at them, which is twin linked. No. So 2 plasma shots from this squad into Kilmister and his squad. Both hit. And both wound.
So 2 3 ups. Saved.
So 5 bolt gun shots. And then they wound on 5s. So 2.
2 up save.
Oh, he does take a wound.
So there's 2 left.
I think he might have 3 because he's a Chapter Master.
Yes, he might. So morale on these guys, leadership 8. They're fine. And on the Devastators, leadership 8. And they're insanely fine.
So these are going to declare an assault on the Marines.
Yeah, so Bolters Overwatch, none hit, and missile launcher firing crack, misses.
Okay, so charge range, they need an 8 to get in, and they are in. Okay, so we've got this combat over here, so we'll start with the Space Marine.
Yeah, so crack grenade hitting on 3s, hits, glancing on a 6, nope.
So 3 attacks back from the Mauler Fiend, hitting on 4s, so they all hit. And then killing on 2s. Ooh, so only just. And he's going to consolidate this way 2 inches. So just pretty much turn around. So just come over here. The Space Marines go at initiative 4, same time as the Sorcerer.
So hitting on 4s and wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
And 1 wound. And 3 up save. Failed. Feel no pain. Also failed, so 1 Plague Marine does die. No. So the Sorcerer has a 4 stave. So he has 4 attacks on the charge. We roll because of hatred. So wounded on 2s, and that's 3 wounds, but they're AP full.
Third enemy.
With the 3rd enemy as well. So 4.
So 3 up saves. So 1
Just
dies.
1. 12 attacks back from Plague Marines. Getting on 4s. With hatred, of course. So do another 1. And then wounded on 4s.
So 3 up saves.
5 saves.
And
And 3, so they are dead. And we shall consolidate just 2 inches, so I'll just jiggle them about a little bit so the Plague Marines, if I actually point the camera at them, Plague Marines can just surround the Lord a bit.
Yeah.
So these bikes are also going to attempt to charge into here, so Overwatch.
So the grab gun hits.
Does get a hit.
Freeze. So that kills one.
That kills one. That's not what I wanted, but
The
worth the
Moulgrin
risk.
Glutwort misses, and the twin link bolter. One hits. 6 is to wound. Nothing.
Okay, so for charge distance, and he's definitely in from
Yeah.
Okay, so I get one hammer wrath attack. So it needs a 5, and nope.
So my 3 attacks hitting on 4s and wounding on 6s. 1 wound.
And a 3+ save is fine. So I have 3 attacks back, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 5s. So just a 1.
3 up. Save.
Fine. So we might be here a while.
Okay, so these guys are going to hit and run. So I need to get under a 4, which I don't. So we are stuck.
Yep. So we are going to be here a while. It will not die rolls. First up on the Divider. Just passed. So he gets a whole point back. Not die on the Mauler Fiend, which has failed. And then lastly on the Helldrake, if anyone cares. That's failed. Oh. Okay, so now we'll go in to Space Marines turn 3. Okay, so at the end of the movement phase, Chapter Master Kilmister is going after the Defiler, whilst the Spike Squad are trying to get the Plague Marines off the objective. And just over here, the Centurions just moved up a little bit.
So the Dreadnought's going to shoot his autocannons at him. So hitting on 3s, 2 sorry, because he's risk of 5. And glancing on 4, re-rolling because of Sunder. So it's 3 penetrates.
Okay, so he has his 5+ demon save. So 1 does go through.
And the pen result is a 3, which is snapshots.
Yep, which doesn't really matter.
So he's going to shoot his missiles at these guys.
Yep.
So they hit on 2s. And wound on 3s. With AP3.
And they get that feel no pain. So 1 goes down.
So Lehman Russ is going to shoot at this. So I'm going to centre it there. Scatter. So it scatters 4. So it just clips
Just
him.
clips it, yep.
It's ordnance, so 2 dice, taking the highest, so I need 4, and I don't. So the Devastators are going to shoot at the Mauler Fiend. So hitting on 3s, they hit, they need 4s to glance, and 1 glance.
And a demon save is failed, so he does die.
He is wrecked. I'm just going to let him on the side.
Yep, that's fine.
Right, so the Grenadiers are going to try and shoot the Plague Marines, so they need 3s to hit.
Wow,
Good
that's a lot of
hit.
hits.
They need 6s to wound though, but AP3. No wounds. The Centurions at the Plague Marines. So they hit on 3s. That was better. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling. Nice. 6.
So 6. Okay, so 6 feel no pains. Wow, so only 2.
And their Hurricane Bolters. Twin linked. And wounding on 5s. Ooh, nice. Okay, not so nice.
That's it. 3+ saves, and they are fine.
So, Mr. Hammer Time is going to throw a crack grenade in the back of Deathy. So hits on 3s, glances on 4, glance.
And he gets his 5 up, which is fine.
So these guys are going to shoot at them. So grab guns first, hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So
Okay, so they get a cover save, it's failed, and feel no pain, it's also failed, so 2 of them go down, which unfortunately is the plasma, or one of them.
So the bolt guns, twin linked. wounding on 5s. 2.
So 3+ saves, and fine.
So the multi-melter hits and 2s.
So cover save, and feel no pain, it's fine.
So he's going to charge into the back, and he's in. These guys are going to try and charge the Plague Marines.
Okay, so we'll do our Overwatch. So Overwatch from a plasma gun, of course gets hot. Now he's fine. And 8 shots from the bolt guns. 2 hits, and then 5 to wound, so 1 wound.
3 up. No.
So 1 does go.
Okay.
And charge distance.
9-inch charge.
Ooh. So no.
So strength 5 Hammer of Wrath. So glancing on a 5. Nothing.
So 4 attacks from the Defiler, hitting on 4s. So 1, and then wounded on the 2+. That's 3+ invulnerable.
Nope.
So he takes another wound, so he's down to 2.
So 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s, and glancing on 2s.
So 2.
1 glance, 1
One glance, 1 pen. So save on the glance is failed, and save on the pen is also failed.
So the pen result is explodes.
So he is gone.
So he explodes 2 inches and wounds the Chapter Master on a 5, which he doesn't.
So bye bye Defiler.
Okay, so this combat my attacks first, so hit on 4s, and we miss.
And our attacks back. Hit on 4s also. Do go off. And win on 5, so just a 1.
3 up.
That's fine. Okay, so it's a very quick movement phase. I can move these Plague Marines forward. Maybe a little suicidal towards the Centurions, but they'll only get shot at anyway if they don't. And then this squad's just moved up forward towards the objective. And the Blight Drone's just gone over here. So now we're going to the Psychic phase. And for Warp Charge, I get 5, so it's a total of 7. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to manifest Warp Blast. And I may risk doing all dice against do it, or I might not. I'm going to throw 6 at it. And I get a perils, unfortunately.
I'm going to try and deny.
You can try and deny.
No.
So, let's see if my Sorcerer, the Chaos Sorcerer who's leading this assault, is just going to kill himself. He rolls a 3. Okay, so he has perilled himself, but maybe he's not a very good sorcerer after all. But his power still does go off. So we'll place a large blast over this squad. And 2d6 as it hits. And 2 pluses. And they all died. So he died at the cost of 5 guardsmen. What a hero. Okay, so shooting phase, I'm going to fire the melter gun at the Druido Dreadnought. That hits. 2d6 armor pen. So that's a pen. And there's a
5 up invuln.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So these 2 rhinos are going to shoot at the Chapter Master. Needing 3s to hit, re-rolling. So that's 3, and then 5s. So no. So this Plague Marine squad, going to plasma gun into this squad. So that's 1. And 8 shots with bolt guns, hitting on 3s. And then wounded on 5s. So no wounds. So here we're going to fire 5 bolt pistols into the Centurions. 3s to hit. And then 5 to wound, so 2.
2 plus save.
Oh, of course. So we're going to very foolishly attempt to assault over here. 10 shots from Overwatch.
1 hit. And 3s, reroll. So 1 dead. Oh, no.
Oh, he gets his feel no pain, which is fine. So they charge in 8 inches. Get them in.
So 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, and missed.
So hit on 4s for 16 attacks, and that's a lot of misses. But they also hatred, and that's still not much better. That's only 1 more. And then 4 pluses from the plague knives. So that's 4.
2 ups.
And
So-
they're fine.
Okay, so my attacks here, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 6. Nope.
And then my attacks back. And we're on 5, so no.
Right, I'm going to hit and run.
Yep.
So under 4. Nope.
Oh, 6 again. So a very short Space Marine movement phase. Kilmister's just going rhino hunting, and this squad, of course, are going over towards this objective. So now we're going to the shooting phase.
Okay, grav guns into the Plague Marines, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
So hopefully I can roll that many 5s for cover saves. Oh, almost, and then feel no pain. So they are still alive. Okay, we like rolling over here.
Bolt guns, twin linked, thankfully. 1 hit, wounding on 5, so 1 wound.
3 plus save, it's fine. Wow, there's a lot of 5s and 6s being rolled.
And the multi-motor hits and 2s.
And 5 up. Fine. Wow, that's what happens when you sacrifice a small child to Nurgle.
So Living Rust is going to shoot here with its battle cannon, and it goes that way 4.
Probably just going to be 8.
Just 1.
Right, just clips that one.
So wounds him on 2.
Come on, 5 up.
No.
And
Okay.
it's strength 8, so he will get feel no pain, but no. So he does get tanked. Ah!
So these guys missile launchers into the wounded rhino, hitting on 3s, and they miss. So my dreadnought is going to shoot into that, hitting on 2s, all hit. What's your side armor?
I think it's only 11.
11. So I glance on 3s, rerolling.
Luckily it's rerolling.
So 2 pens and a glance.
So, demon save on the 2 pens. Nope. So he will be dead, and the glance. Yeah.
It explodes.
It explodes regardless, but that shouldn't make any
They can't hit
difference.
anything.
So he's now removed.
So missile launcher is going to shoot at these guys. So hit on 2s, cross 2 misses,
They're not rerolling, no.
wound on 3s, AP3.
And feel no pain. Nope, so 1 does die, and there's the melter.
So he's going to throw a crack grenade, hitting on 2s, and he misses. So he's going to charge a rhino, and yeah, he's
Yep.
So Hammer of Wrath, strength 5, so I need a 6 to glance, and a glance.
Oh, do, so that's down to 2.
These guys are going to charge in, so you get your Overwatch.
So, 2 shots from the plasma gun. Nope. And then 6 shots from the bolters. And nope.
Okay, so they need a 3-inch charge, and they're in. So Hammer of Wrath, so I wound on 4. 1 wound.
And 3 plus save. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, and then my attacks, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
And again, 3 plus save. It's fine. Okay, so 9 attacks back, hitting on 4s.
Hatred.
With hatred. Useless. And wounded on 4s. So just a 1.
3 up, saved. So he's going to hit it on 3s.
All hit, so I think this rhino is gone.
It's all auto penning on. No, pen on 3s. So it is dead.
It is dead.
Does it blow up? No. So this combat again hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on a 6. Nope.
And 2 hits back. And no. Great.
This combat hitting on 4s and wounding on 5s. Nope.
9 attacks back, hitting on 4s. That's a lot of 3s. And then wounding on 4s with a plague knife, so that's 3.
2 up.
No, fine. All 4s. Okay, so at the end of my movement phase, all I've done is just move this. Right, I have brought the Hell deck on, so we can Vector Strike with Chapter Master. So, he fails. Good old Helldrake, star of the show today. Doing nothing. 2 shots from the Twin Link Combi Bot on here, wounded on 5, so nope. So now we go straight into the Assault phase. Oh, and also I must just point out, sorry, at the end of the movement phase I did move these Plague Marines up to contest that objective, and they're in the crater. Okay, so this combat over here, we'll start with the Space Marine Vikings.
Okay, so hitting on 4s and wounding on 5s. Nope.
So 9 attacks back, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s, so 3 wounds.
3 up. I wonder if someone if I wound on the attack like. The Eternal Combat, these guys hitting on 4s, wounding on a 6. Nope.
And hitting back on 4s, wounding on 5s, no.
Okay, I am going to hit and run. And they do it!
Yay!
So 3d6.
This only took about 6 rounds of combat, but they're out of there. I'm happy for them.
And you get to consolidate.
Hooray! 6 inches. So I'll consolidate over here, I think, towards my dream.
So leadership 7, and they passed. So Centurions hit on 4s, wound on 5s. Nope.
And then 9 attacks back, hit on 4s. So that's just 3. And then wounded on 4s again. So just 1 wound.
2 up. Saved.
And a 5, of course.
Okay, I'm going to hit and run with them. And they do. So they go 3d6. So they go 12 inches. Back to hit.
So at the end of the movement phase, Chapter Master Kilmister's moved up. Maybe try a long range assault over there. And then these bikers have gone after these last 2 Plague Marines. So now we're going to the shooting phase.
Okay, we'll start here. So grav gun into them. So hitting on 3s. And 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
So they get a cover save from the Kreia. So fail, and they are feeling their pain. Just failed, so they both drop. No, the objective is no longer contested. So, not been good for a Chaos now.
Okay, so the Dreadnought is actually going to fire his missile launcher at them. So he hits on 2s. Wounds on 3s. So 2 wounds. 83.
They'll get cover and feel no pain, so they're fine. They are riding their luck. But I think this could be the end of them this turn.
So auto cannons at the Helldrake just to try and finish it off. So hitting on 2s, twin linked, hits. Glances on a 4, re-rolling. And re-rolling. So that is 2 pens.
That 5+ save. It's failed, so the Helldrake
Is dead.
is dead, he goes crashing to the ground.
And it's just a 4, so that's just shaken, so it doesn't matter. So the Lehman Russ is going to fire at that. So direct hit.
I think that's the way it's going.
So glances on a 3 with ordnance, so it's a pen. And the pen result is a 3, so it's just
That's
red.
fine, it's just, the Marines are just going for a mopping up now. They know they've won. So, what next?
The Devastators into this lone biker. So hit on 3s, 1 hit. Do you want a drink?
No, I don't think at this stage it's really worth it.
Wounds on 2s.
So we'll
He is dead.
he'll take him out. I mean, I could have jinked because this is probably the final turn, but what's the point? As this is the final turn, so
Okay, these guys are going to shoot their grab weapons into there, hit on 3s. wounding on freeze for 2 wounds.
Okay, so 5 ups from cover and 5 up feel no pain. So another 2 go down, including the plasma gunner. So, not looking good now.
Melter gun hits and 2s.
And 5 up and feel no pain. No, so Deadluck's changed quite rapidly.
And bolter. So hits and 5s, 1 wound.
And 3+ save is passed, so he's just hanging in there.
And at the same squad, Chapter Master will fire his bolter. So 1 hit, twin linked, 2 hits, wound on 5s, 2 wounds.
And 3+ save, he's failed 1. And feel no pain is failed. So, I think that's probably a very good point to call the game.
Yeah, they hold that.
As they have the objective, and they also have the other objectives. So, the Space Marines came, they saw, and they conquered. It was a very close game. I think we have to have a mention just for the Dravidio Dreadnought, who has been fantastic. He has been brilliant. We'll have to give him a name and maybe some backstory.
He's in character now.
He has been brilliant. I'm sure if we see the Emerald Aces later in this campaign, I'm sure he'll be a part of the army. So be sure to look out for that. So that's the second mission of our campaign. So KS have narrowly lost the first one, and they have certainly lost this one. But again, it's been at a huge cost for the Imperium. So we'll see what ramifications that have in future missions. So I hope you enjoyed that. So one final thing to do is just a handshake at the end of the game. So we'll see you in Mission 3, where the Scutari will be attempting to hold off the Khorne Demonkin. Okay, so very quickly, before we end the video, character death, of course. Maulgrin Glutwort did peril himself, and we'll see what ramifications that has in the campaign, because as he got sucked into the warp, maybe he'll pop out again somewhere else, but he will take some damage. He is a major character, so he does get a +1 to this roll, which is a 6, so he's only knocked out, so he suffers no ill effect.